All right, buckle up, everybody. We're diving deep today
Going deep.
into the world of small service businesses.
Yeah.
Those plumbers and bakers and the people that
Keep things running.
keep things running. Exactly. So maybe you are one yourself. Maybe you're a service pro, or maybe you're just curious about what it's really like on the other side of the counter.
Oh.
What are these people dealing with?
Yeah, behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, exactly.
It's more than meets the eye.
Oh, it is so much more. It is way more than just competition keeping these people up at night, right?
Absolutely. There's this whole hidden layer of challenges.
Yeah, let's start with the stuff that everybody thinks about first. Those online platforms that seem like a dream come true for finding customers.
Oh, yeah.
Angie, Thumbtack, all those.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy access to tons of clients, right?
Right.
But I've heard it's not always so simple.
Yeah, it can be a real double-edged sword.
How so?
Well, on one hand, they can bring in leads, get your name out there, but they often come with these hefty fees.
Yeah.
Sometimes even if the lead doesn't even pan out, if you don't get the job.
Oh, wow.
And that can be really tough for a small business.
So you've got this, skilled electrician. They do amazing work, but they're losing money on every job.
Potentially, yeah.
Just to stay visible.
It's a real catch-22.
That doesn't seem right.
No. And then there's that whole race to the bottom thing.
Ugh, yeah, everybody's trying to undercut each other.
Exactly. It devalues the entire industry.
But how do you stand out as a small business then if you don't want to be the cheapest?
Well, you got to find ways to differentiate yourself.
Like what?
Think highlighting unique skills, maybe offering specialized packages.
Okay.
Or really focusing on that exceptional customer service.
So it's really about showcasing value.
Exactly. Value over just a low price tag.
So you're saying education is key.
Absolutely.
For businesses and the customers.
For both.
But how do you get customers to see past that sticker shock?
It's all about transparency. If a plumber can break down their quote, materials, labor, their expertise.
Okay.
If the customer can actually see where their money is going,
yeah,
they're more likely to appreciate the value.
So it's about building trust.
Exactly.
Speaking of things customers don't always see, let's talk about the back office chaos.
Oh, the behind-the-scenes stuff.
All the invoicing, scheduling.
Yeah, all the unglamorous stuff.
It's like a whole other business.
It is, and it can be a huge time suck.
Especially for, a solo operation.
Oh, especially, I'm talking talented carpenters spending hours wrestling with spreadsheets instead of building furniture.
So that's why it takes so long to get an appointment.
Well, it could be part of it.
They're drowning in paperwork.
Possibly.
But there are tools out there to help with this, right?
There are some great scheduling apps out there. Designed specifically for service businesses.
What do they do?
Bookings, reminders, even payments all in one place.
So it's like a virtual assistant.
Okay, so that's good. But even with the best systems in place, you still have that roller coaster of feast or famine.
Yeah, that unpredictable workflow.
1 week you're slammed the next week.
Crickets.
Crickets, exactly. How do you deal with that?
It's tough, but strategic planning can make a big difference.
Okay.
Building up a marketing buffer during those slow periods.
Okay.
Maybe diversifying your services and really learning to forecast demand.
So it's like surfing, but with a really good weather app.
I like that analogy.
Okay, so we've covered some major hurdles here, but I have a feeling
There's more.
There's more lurking beneath the surface.
Oh, yeah.
So what are those hidden challenges that most people wouldn't even think about?
Well, one that comes to mind immediately is the constant barrage of spam calls and emails. It sounds minor, but it can be a real drain on productivity.
Tell me about it. You're just trying to run your business and your phone's blowing up with
Nonsense.
That's exactly.
And it's not just annoying, it adds up.
How so?
Think about the lost time.
Potential missed client calls the mental fatigue of dealing with it all.
It's like death by 1,000 paper cuts.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay, what about advertising? Isn't that expensive?
It can be,
Yeah.
especially those traditional methods like billboards or radio ads.
Yeah, you don't have a huge budget for that.
Right, so a lot of small businesses are turning to online advertising.
Where they can target their ideal customer.
Exactly.
Okay, so dodging spam, finding affordable advertising, that's a lot. But
there's one more
that I bet a lot of us can relate to.
Let's hear it.
Traffic.
Ah, yes.
If you're a mobile service,
huge.
Dog groomer, house cleaner traffic can eat into your day.
Big time. It's a silent profit killer.
Wow.
Think about it. Longer commutes, less time for appointments, more fuel costs.
More stress.
More stress for everyone.
Okay, and then there's the challenge of finding good employees.
Oh, yeah, a big one.
We've all experienced bad service because somebody wasn't trained properly or
Right.
didn't care or
It's tough.
it's stuff.
Especially in certain trades where there are labor shortages.
Right.
Small businesses often struggle to compete with those bigger companies.
Who can offer better wages and benefits.
Exactly. It's a real catch-22.
So you've got this amazing local restaurant. Food's incredible. Everybody loves it, but they can't find enough cooks.
Right.
And they can only serve so many people.
It's a problem that affects the whole community.
Yeah.
Customers get frustrated. Businesses can't grow.
Yeah.
Everybody loses out.
So with all of these challenges, is there any hope?
There is. I promise there is.
I mean, wow, that was a lot.
Yeah, we just went through a whole ocean of challenges that small businesses face.
So what?
But there is this incredible resilience that shines through.
I mean, these folks are really the backbone of our communities.
Absolutely.
They're the ones bringing us the personalized service and expertise.
That you just don't find at those big box stores.
Exactly. And we all rely on them.
We do.
You know, the plumber who comes in and saves the day when your pipes burst.
Oh, yeah.
Or the mechanic who keeps your car running.
Absolutely.
The tailor who makes that outfit fit just right.
Yeah, they make our lives better in so many ways.
It's not just a transaction, you know?
No, it's not.
These are real people.
Real people pouring their heart and soul into their work.
So knowing all of that, where do we go from here?
Well, our research actually led us to a potential solution that's gaining traction. A platform called Boots and Ladders.
Boots and Ladders.
Now, before we go any further,
Yeah.
we're not endorsing this specific platform,
Right.
but it's a fascinating case study
Okay.
in how tech is trying to level the playing field.
For these small businesses.
Exactly.
So what makes Boots and Ladders different from, you know, those other platforms we talked about?
Right.
The ones
They
that,
charge the fees and stuff.
yeah, that often end up hurting more than helping.
Yeah.
Well, the key difference is that Boots and Ladders aims to cut out the middleman.
Okay.
They connect service professionals directly with customers.
Without those exorbitant fees.
So no more bidding wars.
No.
No more algorithms deciding who gets seen.
It's about putting control back in the hands of the businesses.
But does it address the other stuff too?
Like what?
Like the back office struggle
Uh-huh.
and the marketing maze?
Well, that's what they're designed to do.
Really?
They offer tools for managing schedules,
Uh-huh.
streamlining invoices, even marketing your business effectively.
So it's like a digital toolbox.
Yeah, think of it that way.
Specifically for service pros.
Exactly.
Instead of juggling a million different things, you
Right.
can just do it all in one place.
All in one spot.
But what about education?
Yeah.
Do they actually help you succeed or do they just connect people?
Well, one of the things that really impressed me was their focus on education.
Oh, okay.
They provide resources and guidance.
On what?
Everything from pricing strategies to customer communication, even managing your finances.
That's awesome.
It's about empowering these businesses.
To make smart decisions.
Exactly.
But, there's always that skepticism
Of course.
when a new platform comes along.
Sure.
Is this too good to be true?
Right.
So how do we approach this with a healthy dose of caution?
Due diligence is key.
Okay.
Don't just take their word for it.
Yeah.
Do your research.
Yeah.
Read reviews from other users. Understand the terms and conditions.
Okay.
No platform is a magic bullet,
Right.
but this one seems to be addressing some real pain points.
Yeah. And we have to remember that no platform can replace,
Right.
the hard work and dedication.
The blood, sweat, and tears
Yeah.
that go into running a successful business.
It's a tool, not a shortcut.
Exactly.
So speaking of tools and things that we can do
Uh-huh.
to support these businesses,
Right.
what can we do?
Well, as consumers, I think one of the simplest yet most impactful things we can do
Yeah.
is just practice patience and understanding.
That's huge.
These folks are often working with limited staff and resources.
Yeah.
So if there's a delay or a minor hiccup,
Try to extend a little grace.
put yourself in their shoes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of getting frustrated.
Remember, they're doing their best.
They are. And a little kindness goes a long way.
And when you do have a positive experience,
Yeah.
shout it from the rooftops.
Absolutely.
Leave a review online. Tell your friends.
Word of mouth is gold
Yeah.
for small businesses.
It's like a free boost for them.
And it takes just a few minutes.
But what about when things go wrong?
Yeah.
We've all had bad experiences.
But yeah, how do you give feedback without being, that customer?
Right.
It's all about being constructive.
Okay.
If you encounter an issue, address it directly with the business owner
Uh-huh.
in a calm and respectful manner.
Okay.
They might not even be aware of the problem,
Right.
and your feedback could help them improve.
It's a collaboration,
It is.
not a confrontation.
We're all the same team here.
We're trying to create a thriving local economy.
Exactly.
But let's be honest. Sometimes you see a deal and it's like, I know, how can I say no to that?
Right.
So how do we balance that with, wanting to support quality services?
Well, that's where conscious consumerism comes in.
Okay.
Remember that amazing deal might come at the expense of fair wages or quality materials or rush service.
Right.
So ask yourself, am I supporting a sustainable business?
Or am I contributing to that race to the bottom?
Exactly.
Sometimes it's worth paying a little more.
It is.
Knowing that you're, getting quality, supporting fair labor practices,
right,
making sure that business can thrive.
Absolutely. It's an investment in our community.
Yeah, and it can save you money in the long run.
Oh, absolutely.
If you get cheap work, it might mean that you need to get it fixed sooner.
Right. Shoddy work leads to more repairs down the line.
So you're thinking beyond that initial transaction.
The bigger picture.
Yeah. What are some other ways we can be more mindful?
Well, something as simple as being organized and prepared when you contact a business can make a big difference.
Be clear and concise about your needs.
Yeah.
Have your information ready and respect their time.
Right. Don't waste their time.
They're not just sitting around waiting for your call.
They're busy running a business.
Exactly.
And if you need to reschedule,
yes,
give them as much notice as possible.
As much as you can. Those last-minute cancellations can really throw a wrench in their day.
Yeah.
Especially for those with tight schedules.
It's about recognizing that their time is valuable.
Exactly. Just like yours.
And hey, if you really want to go above and beyond, consider prepaying for services.
Ooh, that's a good one.
When possible.
That can provide a much-needed cash flow boost.
Yeah.
Especially for businesses dealing with unpredictable income.
Right.
It's a tangible way to show your support.
It builds trust.
Yeah.
This conversation has been so eye-opening.
It has been.
We've gone from uncovering these struggles to exploring practical solutions.
For businesses and consumers.
It's all about shifting our perspective.
It is.
And realizing that we're not just customers.
Right.
But we're part of this ecosystem.
It's an intricate web.
And our choices.
There's a ripple effect.
That's what the deep dive is all about. It is diving deeper.
Connecting the dots.
Connecting the dots.
Inspiring positive change.
Okay, so before we get too carried away with the kumbaya moment, we have to wrap up part 2 of this epic deep dive.
Okay.
But don't worry.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
We will be back.
Yes.
For a grand finale in part 3.
Okay.
Where we explore even more innovative solutions.
Awesome.
And leave you with some thought-provoking questions to ponder.
I can't wait.
And we are back for the final part of our deep dive into
the world of small service businesses.
We've uncovered challenges, explored solutions.
Some really interesting stuff.
And hopefully we've sparked some new ways of thinking about, these everyday heroes who keep our communities
running alive and well.
So in this final act, we're going to push the boundaries even further.
Okay, I'm ready.
We're going to look at some emerging trends.
Okay.
That could reshape the landscape for small businesses.
In the future.
So
let's do it.
What's on the horizon?
Okay, well, one trend that's really caught my eye is the rise of micro-communities and niche networks.
Micro-communities, okay.
Specifically for service professionals.
So like tiny online villages.
Yeah, think of it as a hyper-focused online space.
Okay.
Where professionals with similar skills or interests can connect, collaborate, and support each other.
So like a virtual guild.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Right. They can share best practices, troubleshoot challenges, even refer clients to one another.
So how does that benefit them in the real world?
Well, these communities can become incredibly powerful marketing channels.
How so?
Imagine a group of highly skilled woodworkers, for example.
Okay.
Pooling their resources to promote their craft collectively. They can reach a wider audience, attract clients who appreciate their unique skills, even collaborate on larger projects.
So it's like a collective voice.
Exactly, amplifying their reach.
Okay, let's talk about AI.
Oh, artificial intelligence?
A little bit intimidating.
It can be.
But is it something that small businesses can actually use?
It's becoming increasingly accessible.
Really?
Even for the smallest of businesses.
But it's not just about those chatbots that you see popping up on websites.
Right. Although those can be helpful for, handling those basic customer inquiries.
Yeah.
We're talking about AI-powered tools that can analyze customer data, personalize marketing campaigns.
Wow.
Even predict maintenance needs.
So it's like having a super smart assistant.
Exactly, working behind the scenes.
Okay. But for someone who's not tech savvy,
Right.
where do they even begin?
Well, the good news is you don't need to be a coding whiz to benefit from AI.
Okay.
There are user-friendly platforms and services.
So you just need to find the right tools and partners.
Exactly who can guide you through the process.
But beyond the tech,
Yeah.
I think there's a bigger shift happening here.
What's that?
It's about empowering small businesses to break free from those systems that have often held them back.
You're absolutely right. It's about reclaiming control, building resilience.
And creating a more sustainable future.
For these businesses that we rely on.
So what does the future hold?
Oh, big
For
question.
small service businesses.
Well, I don't have a crystal ball.
Okay.
But I believe the future belongs to those who are adaptable, innovative, and community-minded.
So it's about thriving.
Exactly, not just surviving.
But we can't leave it all on their shoulders.
Right.
What can we do as individuals, as a society?
Yeah, how can we shape a future where small businesses flourish?
Yeah, how can we be more conscious consumers?
Right.
How can we support policies that create a good environment?
Right, a healthy ecosystem.
How can we build communities that value these businesses?
It's a call to action for all of us.
Because when they thrive, we thrive.
Absolutely, it's a win-win.
So we've reached the end.
The end of our deep dive.
I
want to thank you, the listener, for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much for listening.
We hope this has been insightful and valuable.
We hope you've learned some things and maybe changed your perspective a little bit.
And maybe feel empowered to make a difference.
Keep those entrepreneurial spirits high, folks.
Yeah.
And never underestimate the power of small businesses.
To shape a brighter future for all of us.
Until next time, happy diving.